commencing live broadcast, I'll simply ask a simple question. Whom do you think has the power between Mnangagwa as well as also Kudawashe Tagwireyi? Who has captured the other? Is it Mnangagwa or Kudawashe Tagwireyi? According to Blessed Geza, he said Zwikanangas have captured Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Well, I'll be seeking to unpack this as well as others. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel that is Pani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So, who has captured Mnangagwa between between Tagwireyi and who is captured between Mnangagwa and Tagwireyi? That is what I'm trying to speak. Now, in my humble opinion and my humble submission, I am of the firm opinion that Mnangagwa is the one, in fact, who has captured individuals such as Tagwireyi, individuals such as Wicknell Chivayo. That is why they are able to survive and thrive under his regime. How he has captured them? These individuals, for example, Tagwireyi, he has been known for trading with fuel and actually being involved in quite a number of tenders that have been fraudulently given or awarded to him by the ZANU-PF government. Now, how Mnangagwa has captured this individual? These individuals are given tenders. Same applies to Wicknell Chivayo. These individuals are given tenders to actually do whatever they do, and they give a certain share to Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, and they return a certain share. Now, let me move from this. Now, how does Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa intend to use this Kudawashe Tagwireyi? Now, I'm tempted also, before I speak these words that he has actually put on the public domain, let me start it this way. Now, how does Mnangagwa aims to use Kudawashe Tagwireyi? Now, the very fact, let me begin this, the very fact that Mnangagwa is opting to use Kudawashe Tagwireyi, I've spoken about why he trusts him. He has been his business partner. He has made a lot of money for him, just like Wicknell Chivayo, until he attracted sanctions on himself. So that is why he trusts him. Now, how does he intend to use him? Now, publicly, it is projected that Kudawashe Tagwireyi is aiming at taking over from Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Is this what is solely in the mind of Mnangagwa? Mnangagwa here is expanding his plans. The mere fact that there is a Tagwireyi simply means that he fears Blessed Geza. He fears what is imminent. He fears what is coming for him. He sees what is coming, and he is trying to use counterintelligence now to survive under the circumstances and also to protect his wealth. How does he intend to do so? Now, Now, we know that before Kudawashe Tagwireyi came into the picture, there were two factions, the faction of Mnangagwa and the faction of retired General Chiwenga, obviously fronted by Blessed Geza, and Mnangagwa, we know, with the faces that were fronting his faction. So now he realized that him against Chiwenga, facing Chiwenga alone, now makes him to be very, very vulnerable. If he loses, post the regime of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, there is no guarantee of his freedom. That is number one. And him also facing Chiwenga alone directly, because they were facing each other directly. he knows the powers and the capabilities associated with retired General Chiwenga. So that is why now he is bringing in quite a number of, there are quite a number of factions now as you are speaking. But these factions are created by Mnangagwa. Now there will be a faction of Tagwireyi. You heard what Chris Mutswangwa said about Tagwireyi, saying he would not support a scenario whereby an individual comes joins ZANU-PF for the purposes of actually being the president. What does that tell you? It simply tells you that Chris Mutswangwa also was eyeing presidents. So within ZANU-PF, of course, it's a weak faction. So there is the faction of Tagwireyi, there is the faction of, and you can see the faction of Tagwireyi, it is supported by Mnangagwa. They are heavy security personnel around him in his activities. His activities, there is no doubt they are funded by Mnangagwa. And you see wherever he goes in each and every province, the provincial leaders of ZANU-PF attend that particular meeting, as well as ZANU-PF youths, and he is enjoying a lot of coverage. And the ZANU-PF political analysts, obviously, who are paid to project a political narrative in favor of the Mnangagwa faction, they are also praising this man. So that on its own tells you that this is the faction that is backed by Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Now, Chris Mutswangwa may have been told in private. Now, when I talk about Chris Mutswangwa, I laugh all the time because there's a lot that comes into my mind about this man. Now, he might have been promised secretly and being deceived. Because I have said, when it comes to a character like Chris Mutswangwa, it's someone who is standing on the fence. Mnangagwa cannot trust Chris Mutswangwa wholeheartedly. That is why you saw him going after his son in an attempt to try and prune Chris Mutswangwa. He appears to have won him, but he cannot wholeheartedly trust this Chris Mutswangwa. So now, how does Mnangagwa intends to? So it's twofold how he intends to use this man, Budawashe Tagwireyi. Number one, he wants to actually increase the number of factions so that it will force, if Chiwenga put pressure, they would simply say, why don't we go to Congress and contest? And Mnangagwa may definitely campaign for Budawashe Tagwireyi. He knows if there is a Budawashe Tagwireyi post his regime, he is partly protected. And also, this other equation is this way, is to try and defocus Chiwenga, not only to focus on him, Mnangagwa as a person, but actually to focus on quite a number of individuals. But I must say, Chiwenga intelligence has picked this up. Remember, it is Blessed Geza who gave us a clue that Tagwireyi was coming up. That is why you saw before Tagwireyi came up, before these programs of Tagwireyi manifested, what did we see? We saw Blessed Geza coming out. In some instances, dedicating the large chunk of his actually YouTube video on Tagwireyi, taking a serious stance on Tagwireyi, warning him. Now, that on its own tells you that Chiwenga's intelligence is up to date. Is very, very up to date and on point. And there is absolutely no way Mnangagwa can actually survive on this one. So the mere fact that they picked what is currently unfolding simply means the faction of Chiwenga is ahead of the faction of Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. But obviously, he may not think so, including his supporters. You will see If I can predict with you, if the Blessed Geza faction was planning at actually getting rid of Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa maybe next year, this I can mark my words, this Tagwireyi factor will actually be equated to what transpired when Robert Gabriel Mugabe decided to fire Mnangagwa, and he ran for his dear life to take refuge in South Africa. Mark my words, it may quicken the removal of Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. I've said it is very, very imminent. Very, very imminent. And just watch the space. So I think I have unpacked and explained what is the purpose and the ulterior motive of this fellow, that is Mnangagwa Tagwireyi, coming into the political force. There is a lot, by the way. I haven't been here for a long period of time. I think in the next video that I will do, I will focus on the statements that have been made by this fellow, Mnangagwa Tagwireyi, making serious miscalculations. He doesn't know what to put on the public domain, and he is exposing himself in a big way. We will expose him. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we film live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. You see, this channel is so great. It's good to see that also. I mean, people who are against this channel, eventually the one-on-one. Why do you write all these things? How will I read? You keep on writing. Man, write one simple, straightforward thing. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. So far, I've seen one joining and the other one rejoining. Thank you very much. And also, you can equally support this channel by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. I'll be recording a video, most probably, if not today or tomorrow, exclusively for my members to demonstrate what their support have actually resulted in. And very soon, by the way, very soon we will be upping our broadcast in a very, very big way and becoming a formidable force, especially to the enemy. We are marching towards that particular period.